Hi, this is Rhonda Shear, and you're staying up all night or day with TV Confidential.
Ed Robertson welcoming you back to TV Confidential, radio talk show about television that is happy to welcome one of the busiest actors in TV today, Michael Irby. Right now, Michael stars as Bishop, the head of Mayans MC's Santo Padre charter on Mayans MC, the spinoff of Sons of Anarchy that starts its second season on FX this week. Michael also has a recurring role as Cristobal Sifuentes, the gang leader once described as the Bolivian Sammy Hagar on the hit HBO series Barry. Michael was also recently seen on CBS's SEAL Team. In fact, if I am not mistaken, at one point not too long ago, Michael was shooting all three shows at once. We'll find out if that's true in just a second. But first, Michael Irby, welcome to TV Confidential.
Hey, thanks for having me out.
I was thinking about this before you called. In a way, you are an example of a modern TV actor, meaning you've been doing this about little more than 20 years, 25 years. And when you started your career, a season of episodes on a TV series is a lot longer than it is today. So if you're a regular on a TV show when you started your career, that limited your ability to take on other roles, pursue other projects. That's not the case anymore because seasons are a lot shorter, particularly seasons on a cable show such as Barry and such as Mayans MC. So for a working actor like you, that's like the best possible scenario because you have the security of a regular series role and the ability to pursue other things. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that's definitely a truth. You know, there used to be a stigma, whether it was from the producers or whether it was from the actor or their reps, to kind of, once you find your sweet spot, to kind of stay there. But as we'll see through social media and through all the different followers and different ways that people can become a fan of an actor, you know, that has changed. Mayans shoots 10 episodes a season. Barry shoots 8, and SEAL Team was shooting 22. The crazy thing about those jobs is the year before, this amazing year that I had, I was on a series called Taken. Mm-hmm. And Taken went through a little restructuring in the second season, and about 5 of the series regulars, myself included, their contracts were not renewed. Okay, that's the dark side of this move. But what it did for me, it kind of reintroduced my power to myself. The way that I got in the business, what I was trying to accomplish when I first got in the business, like you said, 20-odd years ago. And it just kind of lit the fire again. And I tell you, I was home. It was 11 o'clock at night. My agent called me, said, "Can you work tomorrow morning?" I said, "What are you talking about?" "Yeah, you know, I've just been fired." "Yeah, I can work. I'm available. What's going on?" He said, "SEAL Team, you got to be down there at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're shooting the first scene of the day. It's a 2.5-page monologue." I said, "Bring it." So, you know, I went down there. I jumped on SEAL Team. They ended up liking what they saw. I ended up doing a total of 9-10 episodes throughout the first 2 seasons. During that time I was on SEAL Team, I got a call about the Bolivian Sammy Hagar over on Barry. It was just going to be a couple of days, but I'd known the casting directors, and they said, "We'd love for you to come in." You know, I said, "Okay, well, what is it?" They said, "Bill Hader's new show. We're not really sure where it is, but we're having a hard time casting this character." I jumped in there. I got the part. I got Cristobal. So I'm sitting around, and I have already completed those 2 jobs. And then my manager calls and says, there is a show they're casting, the Mayans. And I got Mayans after I had gotten SEAL Team and Barry. So it was just an amazing year. I was feeling pretty good about myself, and I ended up completing season 1 of Mayans. And while I was doing that, SEAL Team called back and said, "Can he please do 5 more episodes of the second season? We have a nice little storyline in him. We understand that he's a regular on this other show, so we're probably going to have to kill him off. I hope it's okay." I said, "Not a problem." So I ended up shooting both of those shows simultaneously. I was probably in the last 3 episodes of Mayans, and I started the first 2 episodes of SEAL Team. And luckily, our first ADs had worked together. They'd known each other. These were the stars literally lining up for me, because it's rare that you can actually be on 2 different sets on the same
Mm-hmm.
So I was leaving one place about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I would drive down. I'd start the other job about 6, work there till about 3 or 4 in the morning, come home, crash for a couple hours, head back out, do the Mayans again, jump back in for night shoots on SEAL Team. As I'm wrapping all of this up, Barry calls back and said, would Michael be available to come back for season 2? I said, absolutely. So, you know, and again, like you're saying, it's very hard and rare when everything lines up that you can be all places at all times. And it was just, you know, I think after what had happened with Taken, I think the acting gods, those spirits out there that tend to take care of us even when we can't see into the ball and cannot see into the future, you just got to have that deep, deep faith that there is something bigger than you taking care of you. And I went into that space. I was hitting the gym. I was still feeling pretty good about myself. And we got it. And it all just started to line up. And now we're heading here into the second season of Mayans. As you say, they've already seen the first episode. It's a banger. The whole season is that way. We're going to see some sneaky appearances from the Suns, bringing all that back full circle. Yeah, I got to tell you, brother, it's been an amazing 2 years. I don't see it going anywhere but forward, and I've got enough energy to do it all. As my dad used to say, sleep when you're dead, son. Sleep. So I always go back to what my old man was saying. You know, it's never more true than right now.
The stars are lining up for us right now because we're talking to Michael Irby. Michael plays Bishop on the FX series Mayans MC. Season 2 of Mayans MC airs Tuesday nights on FX. Season 1 available on demand. Michael also plays Cristobal Sifuentes, the Bolivian Sammy Hagar on the HBO series Barry. Seasons 1 and Seasons 2 of Barry also available for viewing on demand. You can follow Michael Irby on Twitter and on Instagram at Michael Irby. You touched on something a few minutes ago that I wanted to ask you. When I was doing my deep dive into Michael Irby-ness, and I found out that you were, I knew that there was that stretch that you were shot SEAL Team and Mayans MC at the same time. I did not realize that all 3 shows were going on at the same time. I'm thinking, okay, I could do long days like that if I'm in my 20s. I don't think I could do that today in my 5s. And I'm thinking, how were you able to pull it off? But then I learned that before you were an actor, you were Team USA soccer player. So you've always had an athlete's mentality. You've always taken care of yourself. So I would imagine because you had the prime condition, stamina of an athlete, that helped you with those long days.
It does help me, and, you know, you can never look too far ahead. The old saying goes, you got to play who's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you think you're going to be able to take them, you got to play exactly who's in front of you. So, as I was saying it those days, as I would take off Bishop's cut and take off the boots and the jeans and the wallet chain and the guns and everything, and I'd leave all that in the trailer, and then I'd drive another 40 miles down to Pomona to go do SEAL Team, and I would start to put on Adam. And, you know, I was getting to a point there where I was just lining it up, and then I was knocking it down. And I would line it up, and I would knock it down. In the beautiful game, when you're down 1-0, you can't make it 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
It can only be 1-1.
That's right.
Then it can be 2-1, and then you got to hold it and keep it, you know. But, yes, I do approach this business with a bit of an athletic and an athlete's mentality of lining it up, knocking it down, staying conditioned. Even when the cards are stacked against you, keep fighting until the whistle blows. It's funny that all these jobs here, as much as I was, you know, I'm a team guy.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a team guy. It's how I grew up. I've never needed all the lights, although I'm not afraid of the lights. If I'm going to be on a team, I think that's great, but I want to be the team captain. And if that's not a terrible thing. And in all of those different jobs, I was the team captain. So there was just a through line of Michael Irby of being a shot caller that I had to kind of, you know, when you have to kind of call your own shots for your own life, and then you got to go in and portray those guys. David Mamet said it so beautifully in an article that he wrote for the LA Times, you know. If you're coming in as an alpha dog and they want to see an alpha dog, that's what you let them see. Even though your wife just maybe told you to do this or to do that, and you got some other stuff that's happening from the exterior world.
Yeah.
Once you sign in on Wednesday at 11 o'clock, you're an alpha dog. And, you know, even though you might need this job, you can't let them see that you need this job. You can't let them see that you want this job. You just got to show them that you can do this job. And, you know, when all those things started to happen, I just was making sure I was sleeping right. I was hitting the gym. I was eating right, staying hydrated. Luckily, fortunately, they all shot in Los Angeles. That's a rarity, too, as much as the industry and the business has gone everywhere but here. I was so fortunate to get on 3 shows that everyone was watching. I'm sure they got tired of my face for a while, but, you know, that is what it is. And each job and each character, they're drastically different. The eyes don't change, but the heart changes. As much as I'm putting on different clothes and different wardrobe, I do have to go through a little bit of a, you know, spiritual journey to let go of things and then hold on to things and then be able to let them go in the next 24 hours to become that guy again. Yeah, I was a little schizophrenic for a while. I wasn't even sure who I was looking at in the mirror, you know, because on the Mayans I had to keep my mustache. And so second season of SEAL Team, they wanted to switch it up a little bit. So I would go in there and I'd get a whole fake beard put on that was taking about an hour and a half. And so I would get this fake beard process put on, and then I'd wrap that, and they'd take all the beard off and all the glue and everything, and then I was myself again. And then I'd drive over here and put back on that wardrobe, and I was Bishop again. And I got to tell you, though, you know, when you're playing from, like you said, that soccer mentality, and, you know, there's times when you have tournaments and you're playing 3 and 4 and 5 games in 2 days. And you just got to really, you just got to stay focused. I've always had a hyper sense of focus. If there's a 6-inch square in the upper right that the ball can fit, I believe I can put the ball in that 6-inch square up on the top right. You know, I always say, just give me the ball. Just give me the ball. Good things are going to happen. Give me the ball. And I still play now. I play in a 40 and over league. We have a tournament every year. And I'm looking forward to getting back out there. I've taken a little time off just so I don't, you know, I'm not getting any younger, so there's always risk of injury. So when I'm working and I'm having to get off and on the bikes and fight and, you know, kick indoors, I tend to take it easy on the soccer field, but I'm really looking forward to getting back out on the pitch with all my boys.
And that speaks to another thing. As you get older, and this is part of your athletic training, is you pay attention to your body. And so, you know, you continue to play in the over 40 league because the opportunity is there, but you're smart enough to know that you can't do all of the things in your 4s that you were able to do in your 20s. So
no, you can't. The muscles don't recover, the ligaments, the ankles, the knee, things don't recover as fast as they used to. So yes, as much as my boys would like me out there, I had to tell them, you guys, I'm going to take 3-4 months off. I will see you soon. I'm not losing any conditioning. I'm still staying fit, and I'll be ready to take the ball as soon as I wrap up here. But, no, I couldn't risk it. You know, there's just too much at stake. You know, this is my real job, and as much as it seems like we're having fun doing this sweet thing, it is a job, and you can never forget that it is a job as much as it's a dream and a wonderful opportunity. And I would just never want to have that on my shoulders of that guy who, you know, busted himself up before. I just wouldn't want to be that guy, so I just had to take that off the table and play it smart, as they say.
Michael Irby is on the line with us. Michael plays Bishop on Mayans MC. Mayans MC airs Tuesday nights on FX. Michael also plays Cristobal on the HBO series Barry. Seasons 1 and Seasons 2 of Barry are also available for viewing on demand. I've talked to enough actors to know, Michael, that when I ask them, do you have a favorite character? Do you have a favorite role? I've talked to enough actors to know that they're probably going to tell me either the one I'm currently playing or the next one I'm going to play. But with that all said, you've done a lot of dramatic roles in movies and television, but until you did Barry, until you played Cristobal on Barry, you never had a chance to do comedy, and specifically improvisational comedy on television. So I would imagine that makes Barry maybe a little bit special.
You know, Cristobal, that moved right up to the top. I got to tell you, it was a juggernaut of an experience. I came in for 2 days in the first season. I didn't even really talk to anybody. You know, I had a phone conversation on the phone with NoHo, but I was really just reading with an AD who was over on the side there reading off the lines for me. So I didn't know what to expect. And then, you know, the show's airing, and people say, hey, have you seen that show, Barry? It's great. I said, no, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to be on it the last 2 episodes. They're like, what? you're not watching it? I said, well, no, I'm very busy right now.
Yeah.
So and then I watched it, and I said, oh, this is something special.
Mm-hmm.
And then, to get the call for second season, and between you and me and your listeners, there's a rumor that Cristobal will be appearing in season 3. Cristobal, the 4 agreements, that was something that I was introduced to, the 4 agreements of life, and, Cristobal likes to operate from that space. He's a killer, but he's going to do it with the biggest heart and the biggest remorse that a human can carry.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of comedy back in acting school. I was the class clown. I was always keeping people on their toes. They said I was pretty witty. And then I got into the business, and all of a sudden I was this tough guy. And I was like, wait, what is going on? I did like all the comedic plays in school, and then I get out in the world, they said, no, you're a tough guy. Mm-hmm. So I did it. I'm feeding my family. I've had an amazing career. The characters, from over there too, from the unit, obviously Bishop is just top shelf. But yeah, Cristobal has been an out of this world experience, and I hope what it's done is allowed people to see me in that light now. And when I'm too old to kick in the doors, and I don't have that energy to kick in the doors, like De Niro slid over into comedy, which was just brilliant, and it gave him another 30, 40 years on his career. I hope to go down that path. That inspired me, and it was just a gift. Like I said, the acting gods shine down, and Barry has just been so much fun.
On the line with us is Michael Irby, Bishop on Mayans MC, and Cristobal Sifuentes on Barry. We'll take a quick time out, then we'll continue our conversation with Michael here on TV Confidential.
Attention sports fans, now you can watch every football game you want all season long without leaving your home with Dish for about $50 a month. Compared to your cable bill, you can save almost $600 a year. Call right now and sign up for Dish and watch every football game you want. With Dish, there are no boxes to pay, plus get free installation as soon as tomorrow if you call now. And with Dish Anywhere, you can watch your favorite sports and channels on your smartphone, tablet, or laptop. Be one of the first 100 orders right now and get a free voice remote. Don't miss a single football game all year long and save a ton of money. Get a free voice remote and free installation as soon as tomorrow. But you gotta call All American Dish right now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Hi, this is Rhonda Shear, and you're staying up all night or day with TV Confidential.
Buying or selling a home can be one of the most stressful things we'll ever do in life, but it doesn't have to be. And no one knows better than our friends at Front Porch Realty Group. They're a community of realtors serving the Northern Bay Area of California that cares about their clients as individuals first and foremost. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to lease or sell your property in the Bay Area, Front Porch Realty Group will help you through this important transition by providing you with the right information for your situation while lessening the pain. They also work with a network of realtors throughout California who provide the same high caliber of customer service. Call Front Porch Realty Group at 415-886-7411 for a realtor referral near you. You can also visit their website, frontporchrealtygroup.com, for more information on the services they provide, including upcoming workshops and seminars. For more information, call 415-886-7411 or visit frontporchrealtygroup.com. Front Porch Realty Group. They'll find the solution that works best for you.
Uber is the mobile app that connects you with a driver for immediate transportation. Request a ride at the tap of a button and you have a driver curbside in minutes. You can choose to be driven in a black car, SUV, or you can choose UberX, the low-cost Uber for a ride in a hybrid or mid-range car. Payment is seamless and cashless, billed to your card on file with no need to tip. Enter the promo code TV Confidential after you download the app to receive a free first ride up to $20. For more information, go to get.uber.com/go/TV Confidential.
Hi, this is Lee Purcell, and you're listening to TV Confidential.
I hope this aggression isn't just about business. If you wanted in on my stash house, all you have to do was call me.
Is he angry? I can't tell.
You know, I have been a fan of yours for a while. Like when you sent me that bullet via DHL, I was like, wow, this guy, he is next level. Listen, I know how hard it is to break into Los Angeles, but you and I, we should be working together, not against each other. No?
What's happening? He is super nice guy.
Ed Roberts with a reminder that Dawn Wells will join us at the top of the hour. Dawn Wells, the actress known around the world as Mary Ann on Gilligan's Island. We hope you stay tuned for that. In the meantime, our guest this hour is Michael Irby. Michael plays Bishop on the FX series Mayans MC and Cristobal Sifuentes on the HBO series Barry. Michael's other film and TV credits include SEAL Team, The Unit, Taken, True Detective, Almost Human, Line of Fire, Flight Plan, and Fast 5. Season 1 and Season 2 of Barry are available right now for viewing on demand. Barry has been renewed for Season 3, and if all goes well, we will see Michael in Season 3 of Barry. In the meantime, you can see Michael in Season 2, Michael Irby in Season 2 of Mayans MC. Mayans MC airs Tuesday nights on FX. I want to go back to something we talked about a little earlier about, your athletic background. I have a theory, and I think you'll agree with me just listening to what you said earlier, but I have a theory as to why so many athletes have made the successful transition to acting at the end of their playing career. And to me, the relationship between an actor and a director is not that different from the relationship between a soccer player, in your case, and his coach. What do you think?
I would agree. I would definitely agree to that. Even being in the business for 20-some years, as much as I think I know, there's always something I don't know. And I'm very conscious of telling directors, whether they're just coming in for the week to direct an episode of the show I'm on, I say, hey, listen, if you see something, let me know, right? I make a lot of choices. Sometimes they're not always the best choice, but they're definitely committed, and I definitely believe in it. But if you see something, don't be afraid to come up and give me a little coaching or a little direction. Sometimes the directors, they're just trying to make their day. They just want to be invited back. They let actors have free reign. I like a little free reign, but I also like to be reined in a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I also think that in the world of, I studied Meisner technique, and in the world of passing the ball and then being open again to receive the ball, and then passing the ball and then receiving the ball, and then playing offense and playing defense, all in the same breath, all those things allowed me to slide over into this world. Even the auditioning process, when you have eyes on you and you have people, obviously they want you to be great, but sometimes they're looking at you, judging you, saying he's not this enough, he's not that enough, he's too much this, maybe he's this. And I learned how to read a room as much as I learned how to read a goalie, as much as I learned how to read someone's body weight shift so I know I can go left or right. All of that stuff, I think, whether it's football, tennis, basketball, baseball, soccer, MMA, wrestling, whatever, once you've been working like that, we're just animals, and once we have trained that muscle to be able to adapt and be able to create out of nothing, that has all transitioned me into this business, and I am so thankful that, taking nothing away from anybody who knew they wanted to do it when they were 7 years old, I wasn't that guy. It didn't hit me until a little bit later in life, until I had already kind of started to live out other dreams, and I'm so thankful that I have that history to be able to bring to the business. And as much as precious as it is, and I do a lot of drama and a lot of stuff where there's a lot of stuff on the line all the time, I know how to break also. I know how to take a break, step back from that, and I believe all of that goes back to the beautiful game,
You mentioned David Mamet a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Being an English major, I have to ask you about David Mamet. You not only worked on The Unit, which was the show Mamet created, I understand Mamet encouraged you on the day you auditioned for that show. What can you tell us about that?
I wonder how you figured about that. I was in the room, like I said, I wasn't a big theater buff. I was just getting into the business back then. I mean, I had already done some movies, and I'd heard of the name. I knew David Mamet was an American playwright, and I knew he was legend. But I did, this is before social media. This is before Google. So I'm in the room. Man comes in. He's wearing a little beret. He's a little muscular, a little built, and very full of confidence. And I'm looking up at this guy, and he says, hey, how you doing? I said, hey, how are you? He says, you here for the unit? I said, I am. He says, all right, well, do you have any questions? I said, no, I think I'm good. He says, okay. So he goes into the room, and I'm still sitting out there about 5 minutes. Nobody's there yet. There's no place to sign in. He comes back out. He says, hey, you still okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. I said, but I need a pen. I just need a pen to sign in. So he grabs a pen, gives me the pen, and I'm signing in. He goes, by the way, I'm David. I said, David, nice to meet you. He says, David Mamet. And I go, oh. And everything kind of slows down a little bit. And I'm like, this is David Mamet.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. He says, so if you want to ask me anything, ask me now. I said, no, I feel good. I'm ready. I don't want to mess it up right now with a bunch of questions. I'm ready to play. So he says, okay, buddy, listen, go in there and have a great meeting. I want you to tell the producers you don't need this job. And I said, okay. And he hit me really hard on the arm like a man, like an alpha. And I said, oh, wow. And it was a little bit of like that coach-player mentality telling me to go in there and play free and be free and don't need anything from anyone. So I go in there and I do it, and I don't know where it went in one ear and out the other, and I'm going in there and I do the first set of sides, and he looks up, he says, Michael, you're a great actor, buddy. And I said, well, I appreciate that. I said, if the material is good, I really like to make the extra effort and give it all it's got. I said, but if not, I don't need this job. And he kind of looked at me, and the producers were there, and all the people were there that were going to make this decision, and I saw a little twinkle in David's eye, brother. And I finished the meeting. I got out to the parking lot, and I was walking to my car, and before I could unlock the car, my phone went off, and my reps called me. He says, did you just tell the producers off that you don't need? And I said, whoa, take it out of context. What do you mean? He said, hey, I don't care what you said. They made an offer. And it was that fast, and it was being able to adapt and see the opportunity on the spot. And I don't know, the word came out of my mouth. It was slow motion, brother. I wish I could have rewound it, but I'm glad I didn't. And it was about 7 minutes from the meeting to walking out to my car, and my reps called me and said, brother, there's an offer on the table. So I knew I was in the right space. And I give David that credit for just putting me in that space because, yeah, you're nervous. It's Wednesday. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. You're just driven an hour of traffic. You're wondering if this is this, is that, is that. And he just put me in that space of like, man, go do you and go be you. And it was just a great space to be in. It's one of my Dave Letterman stories. I wish Dave was still around to have that story. But, yeah, it was just one of those stories that I'll take to the grave. And it was beautiful.
Well, Michael, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for talking to me and my listening audience. I hope we'll have a chance to talk to you again on TV Confidential.
I appreciate it, brother. Thanks for having me out. We'll talk soon.
Become an advertiser or underwriter of TV Confidential and let our brand help promote your brand. To find out more, go to televisionconfidential.com/advertise.
Attention sports fans, now you can watch every football game you want all season long without leaving your home with Dish for about $50 a month. Compared to your cable bill, you can save almost $600 a year. Call right now and sign up for Dish and watch every football game you want. With Dish, there are no boxes to pay, plus get free installation as soon as tomorrow if you call now. And with Dish Anywhere, you can watch your favorite sports and channels on your smartphone, tablet, or laptop. Be one of the first 100 orders right now and get a free voice remote. Don't miss a single football game all year long and save a ton of money. Get a free voice remote and free installation as soon as tomorrow. But you gotta call All American Dish right now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.